Hi guys, this is Krista Lynn, and this is our week's weekly winner for my 15-minute free natal chart review of your natal chart. So if you're watching this video for the first time, you want to send me an email with your information, time, date, birth, all of that, and a question. I'm picking out a winner each week out of my hat. So this week I picked somebody I thought was really cool. In fact, if I could give her a name, if I could give her a title, I think I might call her like a badass. This is somebody that would have been my friend. This woman is really neat. And she was born on May 18th, 1984, 1:13 a.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii. With that alone being said, you can see how cool she is. So we know right off the bat that she has her sun in Taurus. She also has her ascendant in Pisces and her moon in Capricorn. What a combination. She also has Mercury in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, and Mars in Scorpio retrograde, along with Saturn in Scorpio. So she's going through her first Saturn retrograde. And another interesting planet I'm going to be talking about today is Lilith. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Lilith, and I've heard a lot of different opinions on it. In my personal experience in reading a lot of charts, I have seen Lilith to ring true in everybody's chart. It's what many people call the dark moon. Some people even say it's equivalent to our moon sign. I do think it has a strong, powerful influence in our lives. Lilith is in one sign for about 8 months. So all of the people around you, and in your case, probably about 4 months, 4 or 5 months before you, and 4 or 5 months, or 4 months after you, something like that, of your friendships, going through school and different things like that. Those kids in your period of time also shared this. So it was a common bond that you guys had. Your Lilith is in Pisces, so we see that not only do you have an ascendant in Pisces with a strong, powerful moon. They call it the dark moon because it's believed that it's more of our raw nature, kind of like before we know good and evil. Some use the story of Eve before she was able to see evil, before she ate the apple, kind of our raw nature. So this also is very powerful, and I've seen it play out in a lot of people's lives who have no other Piscean energy, and I've seen it be really powerful. So we're going to talk about that today too. So let's get started. Well, I always say I like to look at the moon, see what's going on, and your moon is in Capricorn. So I thought I'd do something kind of fun. See if I can pull this off. Just to share another famous person with moon in Capricorn. No child can take you. All right, so who is that? We all know that that is Cher, and she also shares her moon in Capricorn with you. Let's look at a few others, and let's see what common thread we see about these women. Annie Lennox, Cher, Cheryl Tiegs, Christy Brinkley, Christina Aguilera, Elizabeth Montgomery, Kate Hudson, Kim Basinger, Liv Tyler, and Lucille Ball. Wow. And these women were powerhouses. So that should really encourage you. I know Capricorn is such a strange sign, and it's really hard to talk about because it's like nobody kind of knows what to say. Like, what is it? What does it mean? It just, we just picture somebody building something, But what you have to understand, you guys, is Capricorns are the oak trees. It is an earth sign, and they need structure and they need management. And when you see a lot of celebrities who made it through a lot of financial ups and downs, they'll always have strong placements of Capricorn. They're the ones who, make sure that everything is okay. They're the ones who have the savings accounts when none of us do. They save for an emergency. You're probably already thinking about your retirement. The hardest part about having moon in Capricorn with your Pisces ascendant, in my opinion, your Pisces ascendant is about feeling and emotions and feeling everybody's stuff. You know, you're just super sensitive to everything around you. And yet Moon in Capricorn, it's kind of like, I can't show those emotions. It's not that you don't have them. It's just Capricorns are really uncomfortable with messy emotions. They really want everything managed and in control. And so you have this amazing artistic side. If you can find a way to use that Moon in Capricorn to ground your businesses, to ground your art, to ground your life, you're just a powerhouse. We also see that you have Venus in Taurus and Mars in Scorpio. That is an opposition. So the things that you love, the material possessions and wanting your home to be nice and everything to be nice for your children, and you know, you probably have a nice car, and you know, you probably go to the gym. I mean, those are, you know, Taurusinian type things where, you know, they enjoy the good things of life. I mean, maybe you do, I'm not sure. But with Mars in Scorpio, we see again that deep ability to feel. When we think of Scorpio, we think of that frozen water. So it goes down so deep, but on the outside, it's like looking out a glass. I can't get my emotions out. So as I look at your chart, I see somebody very powerful, very strong, but very calculated and selective of how they're going to really let those things that mean so much to them out. But you have so many things to share and to do. With Saturn in Scorpio right now, it is retrograde in your chart. It's retrograde as we speak as well. And a lot of times you also have Mars Scorpio retrograde. And when I see these planets, I usually see somebody behind the scenes, able to do jobs behind the scenes. You know, the director, maybe a writer behind the scenes, maybe the one writing songs behind the scenes, you know. I'm just giving suggestions. You also have Cancer in the 5th house, the moon in the 5th house for entertainment and creativity. So I do see strong ability for you to share something artistic, you know, it's share a story. There is a story that you have. You are a stay-home mom, so yahoo to all the stay-home moms. I'm a stay-home mom too. And this is the time that the Pisces are leading the way into this Neptunian, Piscean energy going on for the next 14 years. And so you need to be at the forefront. You need to be right up there. With Virgo in the 7th house, a lot of times you see relationships, business relationships with partners, entrepreneurial type businesses. So you may want to team up with someone. You may want to have a little balance. Your chart is very strong, and so maybe somebody with some Libra and some Leo, some other, you need some other color in your relationships to help you maybe possibly get your ideas out there. But you are the behind the scenes oak tree of the business. You're the one who's going to manage the money. You've got this thing, you really do. Whatever it is, you know, that's what's so exciting about this. We also see you have in Libra in the 8th house, Scorpio in the 9th house. Many times when I see this combination is where I see that love for astrology. And you did share with me that you have a love for astrology. Libra in the 8th house is able to go underneath, able to go down, and they are open to all perspectives of life. They want to know everything. They want to balance everything out. They want to compare for themselves, and they want to find out for themselves what really is. And with Scorpio in the 9th house, higher learning, you want to be a part of the deeper things in life. With the Piscean Ascendant, you know, you are on a spiritual quest. You do have a spiritual quest that's been given to you from the moment you were born, and you have felt that all these years. And so you will see many times, you know, Pisces ascendants, especially the way the lineups happen as preachers, as, you know, they're surrounded by strong, you know, teachers, gurus with Capricorn in the 11th house. You will see money. It's going to be a little further down the road. Actually, you're getting close. After your first Saturn, things are going to change, and you're going to feel like a completely different person. And, you know, that's going to be a process that takes place throughout your 30s. So be excited about it, but understand, once you get in the middle of your 30s, you're going to look back at the woman you are right now at 29 and be a completely different person. Let that process happen. That's the transformation. Scorpio right now, and Saturn is basically coming in and motivating your Mars, your work sector. So you are working, you're on this fixation right now, almost obsession to get yourself where you want to be in life, whatever that means. You're feeling very strong about getting things in order. And you are, because the next stage of your life is going to be amazing. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, we're doing good. I want to talk a little bit before Pisces and Lilith is going to be last, but I want to talk a little bit about your North Node and your South Node. Your North Node your South Node is in Sagittarius. So it's very likely that you came into life, wanting adventure and maybe possibly traveling a lot and looking for spiritual philosophies, looking for spiritual things, asking lots of questions, and maybe kind of almost even feeling alone in this adventure, never quite getting there. Well, right now, and this is the process about 30 to 35, so you're just getting ready to enter that transition into your North Node, where I see this North Node really pushing you out into the world to communicate. You're going to have to communicate. And what's difficult a lot of times, people don't realize, especially Mars and Scorpio, very private and, very, they want to communicate, but can really hold back, especially with Moon and Capricorn. You are being pushed to get out there and communicate your story. Whatever that is, you're going to be getting out there. And everything you've learned in your life spiritually is probably going to play a big part in that. So may have to do with the youth, may have to do with children. You may be a coach. You may be, somebody very powerful in somebody's life. So I'm excited to see that for you. Okay. I had one more surprise for you. I don't think I shared it. I was just playing around on some of the celebrity sites, and I was looking up Venus in Taurus, Mars in Scorpio. Was there any celebrities out there that have this combination? And guess who I found? All right, let's see. Hold on. Here they come, hopefully. Oh, here he is. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Sing about the way a good man works until the daylight's gone. Sing the rain on the roof on summer night. I wish you guys could see how cute he is. That was George Strait. So let me look at a couple other people that share this really powerful combinations, powerful opposition. Mr. T. Did I catch it right when I called you a badass? Yeah, Mr. T. George Strait, Waylon Jennings. So these, everything we've talked about today and all the celebrity, that we glanced at, have amazingly powerful positions in life and did really well. And so, you know what? You have a lot of things going for you. The main thing that I want to talk about at the end here is this Lilith in Pisces. And again, Lilith is talked about as an influence throughout your life. So with this Piscean energy coming from this particular planet, it can create in the Pisces, obviously dreams, fantasies, utopias, and endless looking out at a horizon. You may already experience that on some level with this Ascendant, but this really gives it a deeper side to this Piscean experience. You can be caught between heaven and earth. You don't do well in difficult situations. Pisces love to have the rosy colored glasses on. We don't like difficult realities. Let's just face it. It can be a shock. It can be a shock to somebody who goes through something very tragic, and it can sometimes take years for them to come back emotionally. They may even suffer a very deep depression, and they may even need some therapy. And you know what, you guys? If you need therapy, get therapy. I've gotten therapy before. At very desperate times in my life, and then I wished I wouldn't have waited so long, because sometimes somebody will give you just a little key, a little note, a little message just to get you through that really difficult time. They can be prone to drugs and medication, basically pacifying the pain. Absolutely, just not wanting to deal with the pain, because you guys got to remember, Pisces feel everything. So people wonder why they have such addictive personalities, because if they find something that can make them feel a little less and not feel everything, it can almost become a guard to your emotions, because sometimes they're just so powerful. So it happens very easily. But what is the good side? There's a good side. Excellent position for mediums, public work, and masses, meaning speaking out to large groups of people or finding a message that gets out to large groups of people. Um, Basically, any job that uses feel. Very careful with your negative receptor. Basically, again, you've got not only that ascendant, but now you have this placement, and you can pick up negative energies from other people. And you've got to be careful, Pisces. You know, say no. Say no, because you're not the end all, give all. We're not God. We are just small influences in someone's life at different times, but we can't take on everything. We just can't. Let's see. Oh, you can regularly get calls from people that you were just thinking about. I have that happen to me all the time. It's so weird. I had a friend of mine one time. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We'd lost track, and I was just thinking about her and thinking about her. And all of a sudden she saw something in the newspaper about me and found me like a week later and called me, and we reconnected. It was so awesome. You can have dreams. You can dream dreams. Pisces dream dreams, guys. Dreams, things that happen. Usually for me, when I know that I have one of those dreams that does have some meaning behind it that I need to pay attention to, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I have been there. The impression is so strong, whatever that impression is, and I'll just think about it all day long. For most part, most of my dreams I just forget. But when I have one of those that wakes me up and it's like I almost can't get back in reality, it won't get off my mind, I usually write those down or think about those, and somehow or another they come back. They do. It's just a weird thing. Can be telepathic. Not a good idea to really be in hospitals and prisons. You're too much of a sponge for negative energy. You can consult with others. You should consult with others regarding yourself, because sometimes people with this strong influence have a hard time seeing clearly about themselves. Stay away from hypnosis, regression therapy, medications, and no comatose states. Just not a good idea, because we do open up. We open up to other dimensions, so we have to be careful. Interest in the other side, gurus, teachers, and can be afraid to delve deep into themselves and fall and can fall on a pile of fears, basically, and disappointment. So can suppress, and again, with that Mars and Scorpio, you can suppress and just kind of get into your own world, maybe get too isolated. Be careful of that. You have beautiful Taurusinian energy in Sun, Mercury, and Venus. You love life. You love art. You love music. You're probably very beautiful. I'd love to see a picture of you. I think you're probably just gorgeous. And I just think you've got so much to work with. But realize you do have a lot of power behind you. So you need to really think about how you use that, how you use it for the good, how you use it for the good in your life and your family and your friends. And I just wish you the best of luck. And, the universe is going to push you out there. So don't be afraid. Don't get anxious. But you have something to say. And again, you guys, it doesn't mean it's all on our shoulders. Sometimes, things will come about and certain people will be placed in your life to help you in those areas. And that's why it's so important for us not to really, get possessive or jealous or insecure when other people come into our territories, because they may be there to fit that little piece of the puzzle that you need. And then they may go away, they may come in, they may come out. That's what's going to be now. Our lives are changing, guys, and we're all getting authentic, and we're all getting ready to tell our stories some way or another. So that's all. I guess I'm at 19 minutes, so I just can't do the clock thing. But I love you guys, and I hope that was helpful. Bye-bye.